give all praises, glory, and honor to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahushua, Ba'ashem, Rakakadash. Double honor to our apostles, elders of Great Millstone, and salutations to the elect of the nation of Israel, which are you so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans, Israelite foreigners. Right, we are the brothers of Great Millstone, New York City. Back at it again through the spirit and power of Yahweh Shinal Shai to bring another lesson out, Lord willing, it's edifying. Okay? And we're just going to go into different prophetic events that's been taking place around the world. All right? There's a lot of things going on as usual. I know if you want to start with a scripture, whatever scripture you got, we could go with it. We can start from there.
This is Ecclesiastes 10:6. Folly is set in great dignity, and the rich sit in low place.
Yeah, folly, which is foolishness, is set in great dignity. And that's here in this kingdom known to the world as America. Okay? America, which is biblically known as Babylon the Great, is a kingdom full of folly. It's a wicked kingdom, it's an evil kingdom. Okay? And they lift up everything that's evil. Going back to Isaiah 5:17, they call good evil and evil good. All right? And, you know, what happened this week? You had Jake over there in Alabama, Montgomery, Alabama. They whooped some Edomites' ass. And now you got all these so-called black people around the world. They're making memes about the chair meme, you know, because in the brawl, they was knocking the Edomites out with chairs, you know. So that's folly though, because at the end of the day, yeah, you can celebrate the battle, but you know, there's an ongoing war that you're constantly losing, because the so-called white man, he's still in power, and he still has his blessing. You know, you might win a minute battle, but in the long run, the so-called white man got you niggas beat by a long slide. Okay? And it said what?
I got another scripture.
Oh, okay.
This is Baruch 3:8. Behold, we are yet this day in our captivity,
Yep.
where thou hast scattered us for a reproach and a curse, and to be subject to payments.
Yeah. We are still in captivity. So even though you might have whooped your enemy's ass, because your enemy's the one that got you in captivity, so-called white man, all right? But you still, at the end of the day, you still a slave under him. All right? You still got to go to him for the want of all things. Okay? You know? And it said what? You're still subject to payments. You know, the scriptures say what? We're still praised to the predator, which is the so-called white man. All right? You're trapped here in America, man, through this system, which is, the word system means a pit. All right?
According to all the iniquities of our fathers, which departed from the Lord our power.
Yeah. Going back to, you know, the covenant, when they broke the covenant that the Most High established for Israel. All right? You know, our forefathers, which that's dealing with reincarnation, because, you know, everybody's reincarnated, so you are your forefathers. All right? But dealing with the history, our people, we under the curses because that was part of the contract agreement, the covenant that we have with the Most High, which was what? If you break my law, statutes, and commandments, if you break my covenant, which is what? To keep my law, statutes, commandments, and to observe and to serve the Lord, then He was going to put you in captivity and put those curses on you. You got it, Lot. You can break it down, too.
Genesis 49, verse 9. Judah's a lion's whelp. It says, Judah is a lion's whelp from the pay, my son. Though going up, stood up, crouched like a lion.
You got it, bro.
You got it, Shemaiah?
Yeah, right there.
Judah, I must have from verse 8. Judah, thou art whom the brethren have praised.
Uh-huh.
It said,
Who's Judah? Who's Judah? The so-called Negroes.
Judah, thou whom the
It could
brethren
be
shall
Benjamin
praise.
and Levi too, huh? Say and then all right, go ahead.
Judah, thou art whom thy brethren shall praise.
That's the so-called Negroes.
Thou hast taken thy enemies in thy neck, let thy father turn bow down to thee. Judah's lion's whelp.
The lion's whelp, yeah, like a young lion. All right, go ahead.
From the prey, my son, thou art going up. He stood up. He crouched as a lion.
Yeah, so that we was once mighty like that, but now we've become weak. We've become weak.
Says, as an old lion,
Like an old lion doesn't hunt anymore. Old lion is he doesn't have that full strength as when he was young.
who says whom shall rose him up?
Yeah, who shall rise him up? Who's gonna shall rile him up?
Right.
Yeah, that would be that's gonna be the Lord, man, that does that. You know, cause now our people like docile, man. You know, docile and just doing coon shit. We weak right now as a nation. You know?
Last verse says, the scepter shall not depart from Judah,
Yeah, the scepter, that rulership.
no law given between his feet, until Shiloh come, and unto him shall gather to the people, to be the people. That's it.
All right, yeah, cause the Lord gonna raise up Judah first. All right, then all the other tribes. But right now, so-called Negroes, we weak. All the tribes are weak because the so-called white man, he's temporarily ruling. The Lord, the Most High, granted them a period of time to rule, and these heathen nations are like little minion heirs to Esau's kingdom. All right, and who are the prey? The so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans. All right.
Right, and if I may say too, that whole incident that happened over there in Alabama, it just shows you, like when we unify together against the oppressor, ain't no stopping us like the elder said, but also it just shows that, we are, like I said, we can't be stopped, but we're a mighty nation, and really, that's on a low level, because it just shows you how we're valiant men, we're warriors, So the question is, how can we be taken down by such a fragile nation?
Mm-hmm.
Because them Jakes was whooping them Edomites effortlessly, man. It didn't even look like they was trying. You know what I'm saying? That was light work.
King David, man, about these different nations.
The Lord basically, he basically piggybacked, he basically helped Esau, man. Basically gave him training wheels, and not only that, the curses. We under the curses, hard. You know what I mean? So,
Yeah, Esau had a whole blueprint,
yeah,
and he had help from other nations.
yeah.
But I got something. This is Micah chapter 5, verse 7. It says, "And the remnant of Jacob shall be in the midst of many people, as the dew from the Lord, as the showers upon the grass, that tarrieth not for man, nor waiteth for the sons of men. And the remnant of Jacob shall be among the Gentiles, in the midst of many people, as a lion among the beasts of the forest."
As a lion among the beasts of the forest, and the scriptures say the dew, right? Yeah. So you got it.
It says, "And the remnant of Jacob shall be among the Gentiles in the midst of many people, as a lion among the beasts of the forest, and as a young lion among the flocks of sheep, who, if he go through, both treadeth down and teareth in pieces."
Yeah. So we're gonna tear these nations. We're gonna tear these nations into pieces when the Lord grants us that power. It said like the dew that's on the grass, and the lions among the beasts of the forest. So all these nations, they're gonna be a prey soon.
Comes right.
Instead of young lions.
Yep.
When the young lions are on the hunt,
You know, the lion's the king of the jungle too.
yeah, they fierce. And they move in packs.
Yep.
You know what I mean? and that time is gonna come soon, man. Cause you know, jakes everywhere is like they getting tired of what's going on.
Yeah.
Like we're a prey on a small level. Look how they be in the subways, man. You know, you got the law enforcement or whatever. That's because they got their marching orders from Esau.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Edomites be hopping the train. I see. Sometimes I be looking like, I don't say that, and in my mind I be like, well, where the fuck is the police at? Why they not getting locked up? You know what I mean? I be looking out. I just be spinning around like, yo, where everybody's at? I know they see this shit, but these tickets and shit don't hurt Esau. They hurt us.
Right. And it says, who, if he go through, both treadeth down and teareth in pieces, and none can deliver, thy hand shall be lifted up upon thine adversaries, and thine enemies shall be cut off.
Yeah, our enemies gonna be cut off. All right. Our enemies, who are our enemies? Esau, the Caucasians, starting with the least of them. These other heathen nations, you know, Arabs, East Indians, Ishmael, the East Indians, Elam, all right, Ham, the so-called, these Africans, so-called Africans, and down the list.
Yeah, I got another one. This is Ezekiel 25 and verse 12. Ezekiel 25 verse 12 says, thus saith the Lord Yahweh, because that Edom hath dealt against the house of Judah by taking vengeance.
The house of Judah by taking vengeance.
It says, and have greatly offended and revenged himself upon them.
They've done that and multiple times, but this last time, this transatlantic slave trade, all right? They went all out, man. The bizarre, they berserk, man. They didn't hold no punches.
Yep. It says, and have greatly offended and have avenged himself upon them. Therefore, thus saith.
And they offended because they know we was once ruling. They remember what the Byzantine Empire, the people call the Dark Ages. All right, they remember how we was once ruling. So they got their vengeance.
Yep. It says, therefore, thus saith the Lord, I will also stretch out my hand upon Edom, and I will cut off man and beast from it.
Cut off man and beast from it. You go so we supposed to wait on the Lord, and the Lord gonna give us the green light to get at Esau. All right, he gonna use us as like a battle axe, man.
And it says, and I will make it desolate from Teman, and they of Dedan shall fall by the sword.
The team and that's them Germans, man. That's them the wise of them, the engineers, they're thinkers.
Yep. It says, and I will lay my vengeance upon Edom by the hand of my people Israel, and they shall do in Edom according to mine anger.
So it's gonna be according to the Lord's anger. So basically it's gonna be the Lord's anger, so it's gonna be no mercy. So you know the scripture say, happy shall you be to dash thy little ones against the stones. So we ain't gonna have no remorse and no pity, because it's gonna be the Lord's anger that's gonna be on us.
Again.
No, we're gonna be like in a trance. You know what I mean? Yeah, you got it.
Again, we see on a low level, even though it was, like you said, it was folly, but we see on a low level how Jake can get busy on you damn other nations.
Yeah.
You know, Esau, we know they're like scripture say, like Genesis, when Jacob and Esau were born, that one shall be stronger than other people. But Esau, man, they really lack, like, they're really the weakest nation, because like they don't have no pigmentation, you know, and they're just weak, you know. So on a low level, you see how Jake just whooped their ass, you know. So just imagine when the Most High, like the scriptures say, during that day, when those prophecies come to pass, we said, he that is feeble among them shall be as David. You know?
Yeah. Right here. Isaiah 11 verse 19. Isaiah 11 verse 13. Then the envy also of Ephraim shall depart from his adversary Judah.
Yeah, so northern and southern kingdom there's not gonna be any animosity. We're gonna be joined together again. All right. It's right now you have a few issues of the tribalism. That's so small. It ain't how it used to be, but it's fading away.
The envy also of Ephraim shall depart, and the adversary of Judah shall be cut off.
Mm-hmm.
Ephraim shall not envy Judah, and Judah shall not vex Ephraim.
Yeah, we're gonna be one nation again, and that's happening slowly. We're bringing out this word, man. All the tribes is going out, pushing the Lord's word. And the so-called white man, he fears that.
Yes.
He fears when we together and we doing the Lord's work, and we are not out doing nigga shit, and we conducting ourselves the way we supposed to be. And they see that, and it's fear. It brings fear, cause we under one mind. You know what I mean?
Yeah, so when that time come and all hell breaks loose, when you're gonna have the tribes banding together, they're gonna get Jacob, Judah and Ephraim, which is representing the two kingdoms coming back together. They're gonna rise up against who? The other nations, primarily the Edomites, so-called white people.
We're already coming together in the different camps. You got brothers from different tribes coming together.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah, just even during the '60s, you had the Black Panthers and the Young Lords. You know, they got together and they was rising up against Esau. Like you said, now we got the actual truth now. Us being the princes of the power, Hebrew Israelites. You know, but when all hell break loose, it's gonna be chaos out here, but it's gonna be people gonna start flocking to their own, and we're gonna see that race war happen.
But they shall fly upon the shoulders of the Philistines towards the west.
The Philistines, that will be them Hamites.
And they shall spoil them of the east. They shall lay hands upon Edom.
Most Edom Caucasians, the so-called white man.
And Moab.
And Moab, that's the Chinese, right?
And the children of Ammon.
And Ammon, Japanese. And then that's a mixture, also between them, the Koreans, right?
And they, Ammon shall obey them, and the Lord shall utterly destroy their tongues of the sea, of the Egyptian sea.
Yeah, so these other nations, they about to be under subjection, under Yahweh Shem Yahushai. Look, they about to be, a lot of them about to lose numbers. It's going to be a great war.
And they shall utterly destroy the tongue of the Egyptian sea, and with his mighty winds shall shake the hand over the river, and shall smite the sea, the seven streams, and make men go over the dry house.
Okay, so we nearing that time of race riots and the Third World War. Because it's no Esau, all these nations are nearing their end. There's nothing else more they can achieve. You know what I mean?
Yep. You got something?
No.
This is Lamentations 4:1. It says, "How is the gold become dim? How is the most fine gold changed? The stones of the sanctuary are poured out in the top of every street." You know, and the gold represents what? The tribes, man. The sons of the Most High. You know, the children of Israel. You know, how has that gold become dim? Like the brother read in the prophecy, Genesis 49th chapter. You know, we became what? We became in that dead spirit, that dead state. You know, spiritually dead. You know, not having this knowledge. Going back to Ezekiel, the 37th chapter. You know, being you know, unaware of this knowledge of who we are, our identities, and our customs, which is the scriptures. It says, "How is the most fine gold changed? The stones of the sanctuary are poured out in the top of every street." Yeah, the scriptures say they lie at the head of the streets. You know, Jake is all strung out on drugs and alcohol.
Yeah, they out
On
there,
the corners and shit.
out there all drunk in public, like not moderately, like just, you know, like, how could it, unstable? They're just drunk, or just doing madness out, plotting, just hanging out on the streets, causing havoc.
Gang banging on each other.
Yeah.
You know, robbing and stealing from each other.
Mhm.
You know, just being terrorizing their own communities.
Yeah.
You know, it says, "The precious sons of Zion, comparable to fine gold, how were they esteemed as earthen pitchers?" Yeah, so they went from this exalted state to this abased state of being bywords, niggas. You know, niggas. What's some of these bywords? Fucking spicks, tomahawks. All right, thugs.
Torch monkeys.
Yeah, what they call them in the '90s? Super predators. You know, GMO babies. You know, monkeys. You know, niglets. You know, all these different, basically, bywords has been added unto them because our people they lost it. They lost that they lost their wit, man. They lost that knowledge, man, that wisdom. You know? That was it.
Jeremiah 14, verse 1. The word of the Lord came on to Jeremiah concerning the dirt. Judah mourned the gate thereof language.
Judah mourneth. Right, Judah mourneth in the gates of language. Right, Judah, so-called Negroes. And the gates are supposed to be the leaders. Right? Like when you had in the ancient world, the gates that protected the city. Right? But now the leaders supposed to be these you know, the men bringing out the Lord, the truth, the prophets. Then you got these you got false prophets, and you got these religious institutions. You got these so-called black entertainers and leaders. They supposed to be like someone that's a leader of our people, but there's no leaders.
Yeah, like you said, fucking LeBron James, which all he's good at is fucking dribbling the basketball and putting the basketball on the rim.
Yeah.
But all of a sudden, he's become the leader of a whole, billions of so-called Negroes.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Fucking Jay-Z, which all he know how to do is do a little poetry on the mic. But he's supposed to be this spokesperson for all billions of so-called Negroes, Latinos, Native Americans.
Yeah.
So it'll show you the Gates language. And they pick your leaders. They got, they backing these guys up, like you said, Nate, which is a puppet, but even some more of these frontliners like Dr. Umar Johnson, you know, guys like that. You know, it's not too many of them out here because, you know, Jake is more so, Jake don't like when you try to keep knowledge anyway. They don't like reading all. Any of that.
Herbert Jackson, Al Sharpton.
Yeah, what's that dude? That IUIC went to their church. I forgot his name. He's a pastor. Huh?
Paul Collins.
No. Remember, IUIC, they went to this dude's church. I forgot his name.
Okay.
I don't know what I'm saying.
I gotta look it up.
The leaders, man, they done sold out, man.
Gino Jennings.
Oh.
Yeah.
They bought, they paid for it, man. These leaders out here, you know?
Judah wanted the Gezer language. They are blackened to the ground.
Uh-huh.
And the crown from Jerusalem is going up.
Yeah, is our people, we in mourning, man. And the men of the Lord is complaining. We complaining daily to what's going on. What's going on? Everything's turned upside down, man. This society is turned upside down.
Yes.
All right. Look, this man messing with the sky. The sky look all like covered in dirt. You know what I mean? So the last couple of years, man, they've been doing shit with the weather.
It's one of the coldest winter ever.
Yeah, one part of the sky might be a sort of like dull blue, and the other part gray. You know, this man he's doing whatever he can to reduce the numbers, shave numbers, like kill people.
Yep. That was it, Mo? Alright. I think I got one more.
Okay. Yeah, so we complaining on a daily basis of what's going on, and we want this place to fall, man, to burn. What we want this place, America, this corporation, Esau's whole global rule he has, man. We want all these nations to fall. We want 2/3 of our people to fall. We want to be delivered.
Sirach 36 verse 8, it says, "Take the time short, remember the covenant, and let them declare thy wonderful works."
You know, remember the covenant, remember the agreement that the Lord made with us.
That was the point.
Right? So it's basically, man, we not ignorant of Satan's devices, man. He already knows that the Lord is gonna return. So now they trying to they doing everything they go to do to bring this new world order about. They got plans on staging an alien invasion, a fake alien invasion. Yo, I can't make this shit up, man. What's that Project Bluebeam would put in a hologram, which it's supposed to be the Lord, but it's not going to be the Lord. It's going, a fake image, probably Cesare or something. You know?
Yeah. That's what I should say. Never trust your enemy.
Yeah.
Isaiah 9 verse 16. For the leaders of the people cause them to err.
The leaders of our people cause our people to err, man. We got sellouts among our people. We got Esau trying to bring out false information to steer our people in the wrong direction. Our people, so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans. All right, the Lord's people. And the Lord hasn't elected those people.
For the leaders of this people cause them to err.
Yeah, the leaders of our people. Look at the leaders. The whole thing they just bring out is generational wealth and this and that. And it's cool, you can make your little your little coin, your shekels, but that's not going to deliver you, and it's not going to be no generational wealth on this side. This kingdom, it wasn't. If we up, what that will mean the other nations have to fall. And the only way the other nations are going to fall is through Yahushua. You know what I mean? They make their profit. Who they make their profit off of? Us. We the ones that buy their products and keep them afloat. We remove us out of the way, there's no more there's no more market.
For the leaders of this people cause them to err.
Uh-huh.
They that lead them, destroy. They will destroy.
Yeah, what did Martin Luther King said, I led my people to a burning building. Because that whole that movement was to break up our establishment of what the money. Remember, the money used to go through us, right?
Yeah, they was a black people.
Yeah, and we had Black Wall Streets all over the country. So they used Martin Luther King to stop that with the desegregation and all of that.
Ah,
Yeah, they did that to break up our businesses and break us economically, man.
It'll have more control over you.
Yeah.
It's all about control.
Cause you had all of them pockets going on. You had thriving communities even during the time of when Emmett Till was killed. You had Jakes in prominent positions, not like power, but monetarily. So they had to do away with all that. You know what I mean? They're like, yo, we gotta stop this shit. And you know, you wanna always have a cool ass nigga that's gonna help Esau, man. And after the damage is done, that's when their conscience is gonna set in.
that's it.
You got it?
Nobody got nothing to
Alright. So yeah, one more scripture. We not ignorant of Satan's devices. Right? We not ignorant of Satan's devices, man. Everything he does is, again, for depopulation, New World Order, all the same thing. Destroy the Lord's people, all set prophecy. You know?
Alright, 2 Corinthians chapter 2, verse 11. It says, lest Satan should get an advantage of us.
Lest the adversary should get an advantage of us, the so-called white men.
For we are not ignorant of his devices.
Yeah, the men of the Lord are not ignorant of his devices, his schemes, his plans. He does this, he's planning shit up right now, all over the world at this very moment. We're not ignorant of his devices. We know what his plans are to bring about his new world order. Alright? He going as far as wanting to stage a so-called alien invasion just to just to lock things down. Fucking aliens, man? Yo, come on, man. That's crazy.
So that's it, or you got anything else?
I ain't got nothing else.
No.
Alright, so we're gonna close it here. And for viewers for tuning in.
Yeah.
And
Up to the person that come on.
the water and shalom to you Akim on the comment board. And we're gonna close by giving all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahushua, Ba'ashem, Rakakash. Once again, double honors to the apostles, elders, great millstone. Honors to you Akim out there. Lord, when this lesson was edifying. Until next time, shalom. Be elect. Shalom all.